In a perfect world, insurance companies would always do the right thing. Yet in reality, the industry harbors a dirty little secret. People are giving them money for something they will never receive. What that really means is they're selling uncollectible insurance. Insurance companies rule our country. They control our banking. Look at AIG, too big to fail. They own Wall Street. They catch a virus and Wall Street has diarrhea for a week. And when interest rates fall and their investments earnings plummet, then they run to Congress and scream tort reform. Lawsuits are killing us, they scream, and those greedy trial lawyers are to blame by filing frivolous lawsuits and convincing ignorant juries to dole out obscene verdicts. But ironically, what you don't know until now is that insurance companies regularly and deliberately invite lawsuits whenever the cost and hassles for a third-party claimant look to exceed all potential for recovery. Rather than just doing the right thing, too many insurers prefer to play a game of litigation chicken, a frivolous lawsuit strategy in reverse. Don't like it? Sue me. And while insurance companies play rough with consumers, they play even rougher with each other. Take the process of subrogation, for example. Here you have one insurance company making a claim against another. Rather than the sue me response, the greetings afforded a subrogation claim usually start with a two-word expletive. Still, that does not make this game right, whether played against consumers or other insurance companies. A dollar saved owing only to a claimant's sense of pragmatism and threshold for litigation is not a dollar earned in any traditional sense. It is more like a dollar stolen, and it happens all the time. In this insider exclusive Justice in America Network TV special, our news team visits with Jessica Rutzick of Jessica Rutzick and Associates and her client Janelle Castillon and Janelle's mother, Janice, on location in Green River, Wyoming, to go behind the headlines to see the challenges of holding Life Insurance of North America, a subsidiary of CIGNA Health, responsible for their disability insurance policy written promises. Here's Janelle's mother, Janice Castillon, to describe the nightmare CIGNA Insurance put Janelle and her family through.
I am Janice Castillon. I am Janelle Castillon's mom. I had to watch my daughter go through a lot of pain and suffering for not getting her disability when she should have had it. Sometimes I didn't think she'd ever get her disability. She would get it and then they'd take it away. She'd get it and then they'd take it away. She'd call me, Mom, they took it away. They took it away and they give it back and then they take it away. Until she told me that she did find a lawyer, Jessica Rutzick, and I am so proud of Janelle because she's a very, very strong person. She's a lot stronger than I am. What I have to say to Life Insurance of North America and their executives, I'm very, very disappointed. My daughter deserves more than this because they don't know what they have done to her and her life. Why do they have to do this and they don't take care of people that need to be taken care of and help them? As a mom, it's really hard to watch her every day for 20-some years. I've had to watch her. And she's a fighter, and I thank God for Jessica, and everybody else has helped her to get what she needs to get.
This is the Insider Exclusive, live from Green River, Wyoming. It is my great pleasure to introduce Jessica Rutzick to the show. Welcome to the show, Jessica.
Thank you.
Tell our audience a little bit about your law firm. What type of law do you practice?
I represent individuals who have been wrongfully denied insurance benefits. So we sue large insurance companies, and it's called insurance bad faith.
One would think, and a lot of people, even this day and age, after many, many years of so many lawsuits by you and many other lawyers suing them, that insurance companies, when you pay for insurance coverage, you think you're safe. You think you're paying for something when you need it. But that's not the case, is it?
Well, it depends on the company, of course, but it is a peace of mind that you're paying for. The problem with insurance is that you can't test the product until you have a claim. So you're not able to really ascertain what you have until you need to file a claim.
Right. And today we are here talking about a specific case. your client, and your client is?
Janelle Castillon.
And tell our audience a little bit about Janelle.
I met Janelle through an attorney in Colorado who tried to help her with a claim for disability benefits from Life Insurance of North America, which is a CIGNA subsidiary. And Janelle had been fighting brain cancer for about 20 years when she came to me. And the insurance company was denying her disability benefits despite 3 brain surgeries and radiation and chemotherapy. And she was heading into a 4th brain surgery when the insurance adjuster terminated her benefits and closed the claim.
Something's interesting about when the adjuster terminated her benefits, he didn't even check her medical records or her current status at that time, correct?
Well, he knew she was going in for a 4th brain surgery on around November 15th, 2015. And as soon as he found that out, he, for purposes of their record keeping, hired an out-of doctor to review her medical records. And he sent the doctor her medical records without the medical records from her surgery, her brain surgery. So she underwent brain surgery the same day this third-party medical doctor reviewed her old medical records and concluded she could return to work.
Right. When we talk about third-party medical doctors, what I've seen in a lot of these cases is that an insurance company will hire a contract doctor outside the company, not an employee. They hire them for usually 2 reasons. Number one, they're cheap. You know, they're out of work, they're from some foreign country or whatever. And in addition to that, they don't give them all the information. So I've seen actually depositions where a doctor was asked, did you review the documents of this person when you gave your conclusion that they did not have a disability? And the doctors generally will say, no. Then how did you come to your conclusion? He said, well, I just know these things. You know, and then the insurance company, because it's arm's length, can say, that's not the way we do business, right? Put the onus and the responsibility on her, on the doctor rather. What is unique about this case?
Janelle had been fighting brain cancer for nearly 20 years when her claim for disability benefits was denied, and she didn't receive any benefits after that other than Social Security disability income.
Right. What did she do as a job? What was her work?
She was working as a clerk at the county counseling center.
So I think the medical doctor who failed to look at the records because the insurance company didn't provide them, I think that medical doctor said she can go get another job, right?
Yes, as a gatekeeper or as the same job she had, photocopying records.
When insurance companies deny coverage and they say this person can go get an equivalent job, I don't know whether that's the exact term they use. What do they mean by that? Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm a surgeon and now I can't perform surgery because I lost my hand or whatever, okay? How did they determine what an equivalent job? Is it based on the income that they were making, or is it based on what a person with one hand could make?
It's normally based on the insurance policy definition of any occupation, which is 60% of your prior earnings.
I think a lot of people are unaware of the fact that most of Wyoming state and county employees are covered by the same insurance companies, correct?
I believe they are, yes.
And I'm just curious, it's a CIGNA company, but why isn't it just labeled CIGNA? Why do they have a subsidiary or another company just to cover disability or what?
Yeah, Life Insurance of North America issues life insurance and disability insurance, and I believe other products CIGNA offers are health insurance.
We have with us today Janelle, and we are going to bring her on right now. It's my great pleasure to introduce Janelle to the show. Welcome to the show, Janelle.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us to your house and to talk about this story, because it's been, a long drawn-out story. Had it not been for Jessica here, it might have been resolved the way it was resolved. Tell us a little bit about your condition today.
I was diagnosed with brain cancer when I was about 17 in October of 1997. And I was off and on with the cancer, 5 years. I was good, back and forth. I made work, made it work. And then
And making it work means that you went back to work as soon as you could because you wanted to work, right?
correct.
Even though your insurance company was paying at that time temporary disability, correct?
No disability.
No disability.
No disability.
But you wanted to get back to work.
I got sick again, and I had quit my job. And then long-term disability started paying me because I was sick, and then they stopped.
For no reason whatsoever.
Yes. They said that they knew more than Social Security did. And then I was like, how could they know more? I asked them too. I said, what's that mean? And they said, well, that they knew more. And then, I'm not saying names, I'm not giving names, but then they stopped.
You found your way to Jessica.
Yeah.
And Jessica, what did you tell her about how you would represent her?
Well, first of all, we know that people that are sick and disabled and can't work don't have money to pay for a lawyer. So we have, Steve, a contingent fee, which means that I work on the case. I don't bill for my time. I pay for costs of the case out of my pocket. And that way, my clients don't have to pay for a lawyer to represent them. If we recover, then there's a percentage that goes towards the attorney fee. My costs are reimbursed. If we don't recover, I don't recover.
You gave it your best shot.
Yes.
Okay, Janelle, describe your shock, your hurt, and your anger towards the insurance company when they clearly knew that you were disabled and refusing to pay. What did you think? What did you think of them?
Well, I was angry. I was mad. I was pissed off. To say the least, I was hurt. I was upset, crying, upset. Even though it was just a minimal amount, how could they do this to me? I mean, I was right in, I was right in the middle just before surgery. How could they cut me off? I needed that money.
That's terrible. And unfortunately, as Jessica says, these people who make these decisions at these insurance companies are never held responsible. The insurance company pays, eventually, but the executives don't pay, and they hurt people like you. You paid for insurance. You paid for many years insurance, right?
Yes.
This is the way they treat you.
Exactly. And they cut me off for no reason. How could they know more than Social Security?
Life Insurance of North America, which is a division, a subsidiary of CIGNA, are the people that denied your claim. When you appeal the claim, they are required by law to respond to you by 45 days. They did not do that.
I did not hear from them at all.
So my question to you is, you're on national TV now. What do you have to say to the executives and the company on national TV about how they should treat people?
Well, I stand and say that they should respond. I mean, that they should respond to people out there, that they should respond and they should take care and consideration for those people that are out there that need the help and need, the care that's not offered. I mean, they need that. It's not like it's like a joke or anything. They need that. They need that extra security, the support system from people that are out there. They can provide that.
We're going to get that message out to them, okay?
Thank you.
And I want to thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Jessica, let's talk about bad faith, the meaning of bad faith. If I have a disability insurance policy, I'm disabled, I can't work, I should immediately apply for benefits, correct?
Yes.
And oftentimes I've seen in these cases, you get it, but you get a temporary disability for usually 6 months.
Short-term disability.
Yeah, and that disability might represent roughly 2/3 of your pay, what I've seen. Is that approximately right?
Yes.
At the end of 6 months, do you have to physically apply for a permanent disability, or does the insurance company come back to you and say, are you permanently disabled?
No, you need to submit an application for long-term benefits, and a different claim is opened, usually with a different insurance adjuster.
How long should an insurance company respond to your claim for a long-term disability?
Most states require a response within 45 days.
Wow. In this particular case, Janelle applied an appeal, and they didn't get back to her for a year. Is that correct?
Yes, her attorney submitted an appeal with the current medical records reflecting the brain surgery and what she was suffering from afterwards. And the insurance adjuster did not respond to this attorney at all.
Does the insurance adjuster know the law?
I would hope so.
Okay, so here's what I see one of the problems. This case dragged on and on and on, and your client suffered.
Yes.
How does this regulatory agency, whether it's the state, federal government, whatever, what penalties do they impose on companies that do this?
Very few insurance companies get sanctioned just on one case or a case-by-case basis. Some states have more aggressive insurance commissioners than Wyoming does. In that case, they'll look at a company at a bunch of claims, and they will fine the company if they find institutionalized bad practices.
In order for a company to ignore legitimate claims or not follow the law, the company is an inanimate object. It does not do it. There is a human being or human beings, executives that say, screw these people, okay?
Yes.
Do those people ever get prosecuted either civilly or criminally? Because, as you mentioned, sometimes the insurance commissioner will fine a company, but they write that fine off as a cost of doing business.
Yes.
So my question is, do you know of any corporate executive that has ever been held accountable for the decisions they made which caused misery to their clients?
I'm not aware of any individual being sanctioned or even losing their job.
In the movie, John Grisham's movie, Rainmaker.
Yes.
You remember the story. A lot of people remember it. It was brought up that roughly, I think Matt Damon, who played the lawyer, it was brought up that approximately 62% of everybody that is denied a claim just gives up and doesn't continue to pursue what they are owed legally. Is that right?
It is, and I think people with disabilities resulting from pain, that rate is even higher, because they don't have the wherewithal financially or mentally.
One of the reasons we do these shows is, what message do you want to send the insurance commissioners in all 50 states about what they should be doing, and the attorney generals, because the attorney generals prosecute criminally. The insurance commissioners are only civil prosecutors, right? What message do you want to send to them?
A lot of these companies, not all of them, but some of these companies, I should say, are stealing from people. They're stealing their money by taking premiums and not paying benefits, and they're stealing people's peace of mind that they paid for and bargained for when they bought the insurance.
Jessica, because you specialize in bad faith cases, you have a lot of people contact you, a lot of sad stories. How do you select the cases that you finally represent?
Well, I always look at the the client to see if, you know, they have a strong claim, and at the insurance company's behavior behind it, to make sure that we can sue them successfully and recover successfully for the client.
Right. Approximately, out of all the cases you handle for bad faith, how many what percentage end up going to court?
None, because the publicity is terrible for the insurance company, and also there's a huge risk that the verdict will be much higher than what my clients are willing to settle the case for.
Okay. I want to thank you for being on the program. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. You can get more information about our guest and the issues at insiderexclusive.com.